Right, greetings everybody. It has been a little while. It has been a bit of time since our last video, mostly because it's just been a farm event. It's just been kind of business as per usual. Spend a bunch of stamina, get it done, and get your dailies done. But here we are with a new banner, and you know what? I'm not surprised about the first unit, but I am surprised about the second one. So first off, we have Gundam Scythe Hell from Endless Waltz, and this is a really cool machine. This is definitely one of my favorite machines. I'm going to say top 20. I'm going to say it's one of my top 20 favorite Gundams of all time. When I was young, it was up there pretty much with the Epion. As a matter of fact, I think Scythe Hell was like my favorite until I found out about the Epion, and then I'm like, wow, a Gundam that's kind of dragon themed? Sweet. And you may say, what about the Altron and all of that? The Altron was also in there too, but the Epion was higher, and so was the Scythe, to be honest, because scythes are cool. Beam scythes, even cooler. So we have this new defensive unit. Let's give a quick rundown of everything on this banner, and I haven't talked about the second unit yet. And then I'm going to talk about my overall thoughts about it. Let's go. Gundam Scythe Hell, durability type unit, which automatically makes it worse than a ton of other units out there, right? Just kidding, maybe. Possesses the series and tag applicable for boosts during map event volume 1. So they're really trying to push that narrative here of, yeah, this is a unit for map event 1, which is kind of cool. I mean, it is nice to know those kind of things. It would be nice to know if it was going to be for Master League as well, but okay. Equipped with EX weapon that reduce enemy attacks by 25%. Also equipped with an ability that increases own attack by 10%. So it does have some really nice abilities on it. Defensive units are a little bit weak. And we're going to take a closer look at this in a minute, but I have to say that overall, I do like defensive units. I do see their value. And another EX, ultra rare unit with this kind of thing, I think is always, at least the very least, interesting to me. As for Maxwell, durability as well. When piloting units that are durability type, increase own attack by 20% when countering. Also equipped with a skill that restores HP of 50%. That's a nice combination for this character with this machine. Basically, if you don't kill it, it will swing back hard. Again, we'll come back to that soon enough. Now, the second unit is a surprise to me because I was not expecting a build fighters. Mostly because I actually thought that this series was going to be ignored for a good amount of time. And I really like the Build Strike series, the Build series, because it creates a lot of unique mixes of mobile suits from different series and all of that. And I find that really, really cool from a creative standpoint. And the Build Strike Gundam is definitely, I'm pretty sure it was one of my favorites from the original one. There are some in the Build series that I still like better, but this is cool. Support unit, Enhanced Beam EX, again for this map event. Equipped with an EX weapon that inflicts damage taken from physical weapons up 25% on enemies. So that is a very specific bonus. I mean, damage taken up from physical weapons, if you're not using physical weapons, that might not work so well. Well, it just doesn't work so well. Also equipped with an ability that reduces damage taken by 30% when an enemy attacks with physical weapons. So an interesting combination of empowering physical weapon units on your team and then also reducing it. So it's kind of an interesting combo unit in that it is a support as well. I mean, support are great, so we're happy with that. As for Reiji, it's been forever since I've seen that name. I've forgotten this character. Also not the one I kind of expected to be piloting this, but okay. Up to 2 support attacks and counterattacks, nice. Also equipped with a character skill that extends the max range of own weapon by 1, which means that the machine is more than likely going to have very good range on it. Wasp, Lucrezia Noan, and the Supersonic Transporter. Specialized unit tag. Now, if I remember correctly, I don't think that's the tag that's going to be included in the next Master League. I believe it is prototype, but maybe specialized unit and prototype is just a different translation. Either way, all stats receive a 25% boost under the specialized unit tag, EN included, and the support skill also restores HP of allies within range. Seems pretty on par for what we've been seeing with support-based units, at least on the whole so far. So let's talk about the actual units and their review, and I'm also using a little bit of some other opinions. So from the JP side, in terms of the strongest ranking and reroll ranking, Scythe scores pretty low, and it's not because he is a bad unit. I just think that this unit is, this defensive type, which is never as valuable as offensive, because short of Master League, which isn't happening yet, and, may not even include this unit, it just isn't going to be as useful. That being said, it does have an incredibly high durability with a top class EX armaments with a armament power of 7,560. Stages where enemies attack from a 3 square range can withstand attacks and deal massive damage with the counterattack. And again, in a short range map, if your enemy has high mobility and comes in against the Death Scythe, they might just absolutely get destroyed. Problem is that the maximum 3 range is a pretty big drawback. Like, yes, there's probably going to be something that could eventually improve this up to 4, but, with keeping maybe Maxwell in there, like maybe some kind of support item that will, but I mean, it's so weird. Like, this machine also features a really high evasion rate too. So the combination is really interesting for a defender. Like, this is another defender that I'm super stoked to get at some point and try using him and have fun with him. But in terms of like being useful in a ton of different stuff, probably not. It's a little bit just, I feel, but I have high hopes that this unit could be really good in future Master League, so put a pin in it, I guess, for now. What are we going to talk about? I do think that Maxwell, the character that comes with it, and Reiji are probably going to be up in that really high tier of characters, possibly like if we're going like triple S. The website I've looked at kind of put both of these characters in double S, and I tend to agree. They don't seem like the absolute best characters that we've seen out there, but by far from the worst too. I think that these characters will be generally good, especially if you're like really competitive. I think that they'd still be up there in places of it. All right. And we kind of talked about Reiji, but let's talk about the build strike. The build strike is what I feel like is the best thing on this banner by a fair bit. I mean, it has high range on it, basically getting up to 5 range, reducing physical damage by 30%. But any physical-based weapon is just not going to do that much damage. That being said, there's a lot of beam-based weapons, but we're more than likely going to see maps where beam weapons don't do so well, and more units that come into the game that potentially have anti-beam based things. Well, I mean, it kind of weakens the build strike since it features a lot of beam weapons, but it's kind of good against other physical based weapons. The physical arm buff 35% is possible, which is great synergy with some of the units that have come out recently, and easy to use unit with a 5 range and a pretty good movement speed. So all of these things shape up to a pretty nice banner, I think. Like, I think it is a really interesting banner. It's a fun banner for me because it's two series that I really like. Death Scythe Hell is just such an iconic Gundam to me that I feel like he's absolutely worth a shot. And the Build Strike, I think, is just a really cool machine. I'd love to see more of the Build series units popping into the game sooner rather than later, because they are just really neat. So that being said, my English account I've kind of put to the side for now, just until the game kind of picks up a little bit in pace. But we'll do, I don't know, one poll on this video just for fun. Overall, I think that for these units, I feel like in general, I'd say that if you're not a super big fan, it's probably a pretty safe skip for now. The map event probably isn't the biggest thing, most important thing in the whole world. As for the support, again, I think it's a interesting support, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be ranked the highest. You know, 4 more UR units, many excellent development aircraft, target 40% of allies' HP within range, and it's a pretty big diamond pattern AoE range, you know, 36% at 3 stars, but if you've already heavily invested in another supporter, you are a supporter, don't think that this is the one. But let's give it a shot. Kind of hoping for the Build Strike more. And let's see what we get. Hey, we got a download. That's a good sign. Question is it cool? Amuro is here to bless us. And not strictly related to this video, but you know, G-Clock. Hey, we got a supporter and a UR. Nice. Who knows? Maybe one of these will even change. And Saurus Ammonia. Ammonia? Must be good at wiping memories. All right. And it looks like we are blessed with the Hell Scythe today. No complaints. Not a feels bad moment. Not a feels bad moment. Hi, Duo. And whoa. Well, that's a hell of a pull for this account. Double URs. Sweet. I mean, sometimes you just hit it really lucky. So anyway, that is all for this video. Let me know what you think of the new units in the comments below. Are you more excited for either of these, or are you just going to continue saving and waiting for the future? Either way, we'll check out the map event maybe later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.